Good evening and welcome to Pakistan Today from our Islamabad studio. I'm Chris Taylor. U.S. President Donald Trump has requested amendments to a draft agreement currently being negotiated with Iran, triggering a fresh round of talks between both sides. According to reports, Trump is seeking stronger provisions concerning Iran's nuclear material and the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz before approving any final agreement. While officials from both Washington and Tehran acknowledge progress, both sides maintain that negotiations remain ongoing and no final deal has yet been reached. Meanwhile, Iran has accused President Trump of undermining diplomatic efforts after demanding changes to the proposed peace framework. Mohsen Rezaieh, an advisor to Iran's supreme leader, says continued pressure from Washington regarding Hormuz and nuclear restrictions is slowing progress. Despite the criticism, Iranian negotiators say discussions remain active, while U.S. officials continue to insist that preventing Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons remains a core objective. A new analysis from Moody's Analytics suggests the U.S.-Israeli war on Iran has significantly increased financial pressure on American consumers. According to the report, the average U.S. household has spent an additional $447 on fuel-related costs since the conflict began. Economists estimate the total burden on consumers has now approached $60 billion over the past 3 months and warn costs could rise further if tensions continue. Islamabad is increasingly being viewed as a potential venue for the signing ceremony of a future U.S.-Iran peace agreement should negotiations succeed. Diplomatic sources say Pakistan's role in facilitating early contacts between Washington and Tehran has strengthened its standing as a possible neutral host. Reports indicate both sides have made progress on several key issues, although differences remain over nuclear restrictions and broader regional security concerns. For more on Islamabad's growing diplomatic role, we now go to our correspondent, Sarah William in Islamabad.
Officials here continue to describe Pakistan's diplomatic engagement as constructive and carefully balanced as negotiations between Washington and Tehran progress. Diplomatic sources suggest Islamabad's neutral positioning and communication channels with both sides have contributed to discussions about potentially hosting a future agreement ceremony. However, officials also stress that negotiations remain sensitive and several unresolved issues still require further talks. Analysts say the coming days could prove important in determining whether negotiations move closer to a final framework.
Thank you, Sarah William, reporting from Islamabad. Meanwhile, European Union Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas is scheduled to arrive in Islamabad on June 1st for the 8th EU-Pakistan Strategic Dialogue alongside Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar. During her visit, she is expected to meet President Asif Ali Zardari, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, and Field Marshal Asim Munir. Discussions are expected to focus on bilateral relations, trade cooperation, regional stability, and Pakistan's progress under the EU's GSP+ framework. And finally, the World Health Organization Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus has visited Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo amid a severe Ebola outbreak. Speaking in Bunia, he highlighted the importance of community involvement in controlling the spread of the disease. Health authorities say more than 1,000 suspected cases and over 240 deaths have been reported since the outbreak was declared in May. Officials warn ongoing conflict, displacement, and limited healthcare resources could further complicate containment efforts. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today. I'm Chris Taylor.